Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa. This is my workshop. So we were discussing doing a Papa's Model Workshop group build, and the group build was going to be an American Graffiti theme. I kind of tossed that out in, I think, the previous video, kind of testing the waters to see if there would be any interest in that kind of a group build. And I got quite a lot of response where there's quite a number of people that are interested in doing this sort of thing. So I am going to move ahead and do the very first ever Papa's Model Workshop group build. So since this is my very first try at doing a group build, I'm going to ask all of you to be a little patient with me because I'm kind of feeling my way along in so far as how to go about doing this. I have some rules that I have written down, and I'm going to limit this really to the 7 main characters in the movie, plus the police car. Okay. I know that the police scene would not necessarily constitute being one of the main characters in the movie, but if you've seen the movie, you know that the scene with the police car where the rear end gets pulled off because they attached a chain to the axle. It's an iconic scene, so I really felt I had to include the police car, which is a 61 Ford Galaxy. So we're going to limit the entries to those 8 cars, all right? I'm going to show you a list of the 8 cars. Now, I've had some people that have gotten back to me saying that they want to do something outside the window of those 8 cars, saying, well, on the side of the road, I saw a 1960 Barracuda. I want to do that. Some people have written in saying they want to do Toad's Vespa. There's just so many cars and vehicles that were in the movie that are, parked somewhere or on the side of the road or going down the strip and so on and so forth, that we could end up, literally doing a million cars for American Graffiti. So I really want to try and limit this to the 7 main characters. I'm going to show you that right now. Hang on one second. Okay, here are the list of cars, okay? And this is also on my Facebook page. So if you want to go to Papa's Model Workshop on Facebook, you'll see this list on Facebook, or you can simply, pause, take a screenshot of this here on the video, all right? But these are the main characters and the cars that they drove. Now, a couple of things, okay? Number one, this is going to start September 1st. All right, that's when the group build is going to start. And I'm going to give you plenty of time. It's going to end on April 1st, 2027, April Fool's Day. So you will have 7 months to do this, okay? The reason I'm giving you so much notice on this before September 1st is because some of the cars on that list, as I have found out, are difficult to find. And because of that difficulty, that's why I'm giving you so much lead time ahead of the September 1st start date for the group build. Now, even at that, some of these cars you just might not be able to find. So I wrote down some suggestions here in red at the bottom for the hard to find cars, okay? For example, Lori's Edsel Corsair. I looked everywhere for that. I mean, I checked every place on the planet and a couple of other planets, all right? Cannot find an Edsel Corsair model kit. But what I did find was plenty of Edsel Pacer cars, okay? So these are some of the replacements. Falfa's 1951, I think it's a 51, right? I'm sorry, 55. Falfa's 55 Chevy 150, all right? Also, another very difficult one to find. I actually did find that. I scoured everywhere, and I finally found it on eBay, and I bought it, and it was about a week and a half ago, and still has not arrived, but I'm hoping it's in the pipeline. But when I bought that, there was only one left. Okay, so again, that's a hard one to find. So the Chevy Bel Air is a pretty easy kit to find. The Chevy 150 is sort of the budget edition of the Chevy Bel Air. All right, so if you cannot find Falfa's Chevy 150, for example, the Chevy Bel Air will be a suitable alternative. Okay, and like I said, I have the three here. What's the third one? I mentioned, the 50, the Mercury, the 40, no, I'm sorry, the 51 Mercury that the Pharaohs were driving. Okay, now that one surprised me. I thought there would be no problem finding that. I could find 49 Mercuries, can't find a 51. So if you want to go with a 49 Mercury as a replacement for the 51 Mercury that the Pharaohs drove, that's fine also. If you enter a kit that is an alternative to the actual car that was in the movie, just list on there. Like Falfa's car, for example. If you decide to go with the Chevy Bel Air as Falfa's car, just write Falfa's car and Chevy Bel Air, okay? And then that way I will know. Okay. Best way to enter, I think, is to either enter something on the channel right here in the comments, okay? I don't know if you can post pictures on here. If you could post a picture, that would be great. I know you can do that on Facebook. I know you can do that in an email. Just show a picture of the kit, okay? All right, here's the T-Bird that Suzanne Summers drove, okay? So just show a picture of the kit and list that you're doing the 51 T-Bird, for example. And then if you do that by email, if your screen name is different from your email, just list your regular screen name, okay? And then I will list you as being entered into the group build, okay? Let's see here. A couple of other things. I had some people that got back to me already on this. My friend Wallace, 49, suggested, well, first of all, before I get to that, I would like to have a first place prize in place for the group build. And I have somebody who has volunteered to be a judge. His name is Lenny Cromwell. And I want to thank Lenny very much for stepping up and offering to be a judge. And so Lenny is a member of the Liars Model Club that I belong to. If you're not familiar, Liars stands for Long Island Auto Replica Society Model Car Club. And Lenny is a friend of mine from that club. So he will be the judge. And I just want to stipulate that Lenny's decision is final. Okay, so whatever he decides, that will be the final judgment. I will not be involved with the judging at all, and I will not be influencing Lenny as to how he judges, okay? Also, I will not be eligible for the prize. Now, I'm going to build something. I'm going to have it in the group build, but I will not be eligible to win the prize. Okay, so getting back to my friend Wallace, 49, he wrote into me and he suggested, why don't you let the judges be a people's choice? And the reason I don't want to do that is because that means I'm going to have to check on the Facebook page, YouTube comments, emails, and then I'm going to have to keep a tally and all that. And be very honest with you, I don't want to do that. Okay, so Lenny is going to be our judge. And again, thank you so much to Lenny Cromwell. Okay, I had mentioned that I was thinking of two judges when I first broached this idea in the video a while ago. And, again, at that particular point, I was just kind of hypothetically spitballing, if you will, about ideas. I mean, I was coming up with ideas right at the spur of the moment on camera, but having had some time to, give consideration, I think we're going to just go with the one judge, and in that case, it's going to be Lenny Cromwell. Okay, so let's see. Chester Lewis asked, how can you build the car? Meaning, can you do it any way that you want? Yeah. If, for example, now this is Steve's car. All right. In American Graffiti, Steve was played by Ron Howard. And in the movie, his 58 Impala was all white, had a red stripe going right down here, and the interior was red and white. Okay. That's how the car was in the movie. However, in your build, if you want to build it with a different color scheme, that's fine. If you want to build it with aftermarket parts that were not in the movie, that's fine. If you want to put decals on. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this is going to be your build. So build it whatever way you want, okay? Colors, decals, aftermarket, whatever you want, okay? So I'm going to leave it up to you to be creative, but it has to be one of the 7 main characters in the movie that I just showed you on the whiteboard, and the police car will be included. So that's 8. You have 8 choices of entry. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and by the way, Chester Lewis is going in for foot surgery soon. So Chester, best of luck to you, buddy, and speedy recovery. Okay. Let's see. What else? I guess that's it for right now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, almost forgot about this. My friend Kevin Muckleroy, he, I don't know how to put this up, but he suggested a YouTube video that shows kind of a montage, I guess, for a lack of a better word, of all the cars that I showed you from the 7 main characters in the movie. And I'll see if I can get the proper name of that video so you can take a look at it. Let's see here. What else? I'm not going to have a whole lot of rules in this. I went over some of the rules with you insofar as what you can enter and so on and so forth. One rule that I am going to enforce rather strictly is this one. Okay. We're not going to allow any trolls to come in and belittle people's builds or their choice or how they're going about anything that they're doing with their build. Not going to tolerate that, okay? So if you are a person, and look, 99.9% of the people are really good, supportive people, but as you know, occasionally on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, you do get that troll that kind of sneaks in just to be nasty for the sake of being nasty, and that simply is not going to be tolerated. So if you are nasty personally to anybody, if you belittle or make fun of somebody's build, you're going to be banned, okay? You're not going to get a warning because this is the warning right here, all right? So just don't do it, all right? Let's see here. The prize that I want to award, I'm hoping I'm hoping that I can get a sponsor for that. I'm wondering if Gallery would step up and perhaps throw in something nominal like a GHAD 39 airbrush, maybe even a Seeker airbrush. These are very nice airbrushes, but they're not exceptionally high in price. They're relatively budget friendly. If there's somebody else out there who would maybe like to step up and be a sponsor, I would love to hear from you, whether that's a spray gunner or maybe somebody from Model Roundup, whoever, okay? If you're interested in being a sponsor and putting a nominally priced prize on the table so you can be the sponsor for this group build, I would love to hear from you. And this is the email address right there. Okay, so let me hear from you if you are interested in being a sponsor for this group build. Okay. Worst case scenario, we don't get a sponsor, then I will throw in something and I will provide the prize. Okay, so well, let's see if I get somebody who's interested in being a sponsor. Okay, and while I'm holding this card, you can go to Gallery, by the way, all right, and get 10% off of all of your gallery airbrushes, supplies, or Kaleido paints. Okay, there's your discount code right there in red. All right. And Gallery has also extended their Amazon promotion until June 30th. It did end on May 31st. They've extended it to June 30th. So there is your discount code if you want to shop on Amazon, okay? And please take note, this is in lowercase, okay? That code is in lowercase. That's written in red right there, okay? And again, same deal. That's for Gallery products and Kaleido paints, okay? What else here? Oh, this is also very important. And I wish it didn't have to be this way, but unfortunately, things are the way they are in the world, and shipping costs are just, through the stratosphere. And this is going to have to be limited to the lower 48 of the United States. Okay, so it's the continental U.S. only. I cannot include anyone outside of the lower 48 because the shipping costs are probably more than purchasing Australia. So this is for the lower 48 of America. Okay, sorry, it's got to be that way. Let's see here. What else do we have here? I think that is pretty much covering just about all of it. I would like the kits that you choose to be brand new kits that are unopened. Okay, so that's why, if you could show, a picture like this, okay, on your posting either in, on Facebook or whatever, okay, or if you email me or whatever, okay, brand new kit. So there you have it. That is going to be the first ever Papa's Model Workshop group build. And if this, if this works out well, maybe we can make this an annual event, and maybe we can choose other things like, there's the movie The Mad Mad World. Remember that? That's a real old movie. We had a lot of great cars in that movie. Maybe we could choose something from Smokey and the Bandit. There's a lot of possibilities down the road if this works out. So let's first see if this works. And if it does, we can discuss some options for down the line. Okay. Now, the Lamborghini that I'm building for CETA, if you'll remember, I had some problems where I had to strip that car. So car has been repainted. I've got it back on the workbench. So I'll tell you what, let's go take a look at that. I'll meet you at the workbench, okay? Okay, gang, we're back here at the bench, and this is the Lamborghini. And for those of you who perhaps have not been following along, all right, this is the Lamborghini that I am working on. It's an Italy Lamborghini Diablo, okay? And I'm building this for my friend CETA at Gallery. All right, and I think this is 1/24th scale. Yes, 1/24th scale right there. Okay, these Italy kits. This is my second Italy kit, and I have to tell you, I really like Italy kits now. Really, they kind of remind me in a lot of ways of Tamiya kits, except the one difference is the instructions on Tamiya kits. A lot of times I find that they're a little they confuse me sometimes, but the instructions with the Italy kits are straightforward and easy to understand. I don't really read the instructions, but I do follow the schematics and so forth. And the schematics on the Tamiya kits, as I said, maybe it's just me because I'm a dunderhead, but sometimes they confuse me. But the Italy kits are very clear and easy to follow and understand. So, okay, so here's our interior. Okay, so far, I can't remember if I showed this or not. This is coming along rather nicely. Okay, and here is our body that I had to strip. All right, and yeah, this is coming out rather nicely. Okay, so we're kind of in the home stretch with this. Let me see, can I fit this on here? That's another thing with this. The body fits right over top rather nicely. Okay, you don't have to fight with this at all. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of in the home stretch, and I hope to wrap this up perhaps later today or maybe by tomorrow, and then I will be able to get started on the autism awareness group build for my friend Jason at MK Model Works, and I'm going to get started also on the Gallery World Creator Cup group build, which started on May the 10th, I think, and it runs until, I think, September the 9th. I'm going to check on those dates for you because I don't want to screw it up. So hang on one second. Let me pause this and let me check on that. Okay, so here are my two entries for the next two group builds. And actually, I've got a third group build, not including mine, in September. And that third group build is for the Blue Ox channel. And that kit is going to be the 58 Impala that I showed you back at the desk a few minutes ago. That will be my entry into the Blue Ox Street Machine group build. All right, but this is for my friend Jason over at MK Model Works for autism awareness. And as all of you know, who follow the channel, my one grandson is indeed autistic, and you know, so this kind of hits close to home for me. And I will be doing this in blue. Now, I didn't realize this, but blue is the designated color for autism awareness. I was originally going to do this in orange, but since I'm aware of that now, I will be doing this GTO in blue. Okay, and here are my list of possibilities right here. I've got a whole bunch of them right here. Okay, and all right, the ones that I'm kind of leaning towards, I like this Kaleido Clear Blue. That's a great color, I think. Okay, and this is also a Kaleido Clear Teal. All right, I don't know if that's really blue though, so I may not do this one as much as I like it. That kind of falls closer to green, I think. There's also a Tester's color in here that I like a lot. Where is that? Yeah, this is a Tester's Enamel. Okay, isn't that a great color? Tester's Enamel. Right, and that's on a black base, by the way. So those are just a couple of the possibilities for this group build, okay? Now, let's jump over to the Gallery World Creator Cup group build, okay? Yes, May the 10th is when this started, and it runs until September the 9th. This is the kit that I chose for that. And I think I'm going to do this as a patina weathered beat up kind of a build, okay? The only thing is, and I'm not sure on this, and I have to talk to my friend Sita about this, I received a message. I don't remember who sent me that message. Might have been my friend Bill Beers from Loki's Scale model cars, I guess. Gee, Bill, I'm sorry if I'm messing up the name of your channel. But he sent me a message saying, you know, the group build started on May the 10th, and you were supposed to post an update once a week. And if you haven't done that, then you might be disqualified. Well, I haven't even started it yet. I thought, you know, like any group build, you can get started really whenever you want, just as long as you get finished by the due date. So I don't know if I'm still eligible to do this or not. So I will have to check with Sita to see if I'm still able to do this. If not, I'm going to still build this anyway because this is a really cool kit. So those are some of the things in my pipeline. Okay, I'm going to show you this one last time before I go. This is the list of cars. Okay, and down here I have a couple of suggestions for replacements if you can't find the car that you want. And as you can see, start date September 1, so you have plenty of lead time to try to find the car that you want. And we're going to end it up on April Fool's Day, okay, 2027. That gives you 7 months. And since this is going to end up in April, it will give you an opportunity, if you are planning to go to NNL East, to maybe bring your build and put it on display at NNL East, which is the end of April. Okay, so that is going to do it for right now, I think. So jump in and enter. I would love to hear from you. And in the meantime, I am going to try to wrap up Sita's Lamborghini. I want to do a video about airbrushes. I've had a lot of people recently asking me about, some of the basics about getting into airbrushing and some specifics about how you clean it and maintain it. So I'm going to do a video about that rather soon. I may do that with the Seeker airbrush. That is a terrific airbrush, and that's one of the airbrushes that I'm hoping maybe Gallery might toss on the table as a prize for this group build. So with that, I am going to end this video up. I will see all of you in the next video.